Hey guys, Patrick Johnston, managing broker, co-owner of GoDominicanLife.com, your real estate company right here in República Dominicana, on site right now in Las Terrenas at Vibe, our residential project that we're building internally for our clients. I want to give you an update video. If you're an existing buyer of this project, this is specifically for you, and for the world, you can see what we're doing. So the basic stance right now is that we are in full gear right now. What's happening on site right now is the final grading for phases 1 and 2, the final grading for the road in terms of the caliche work, and then the final for the foundations of the pools for phase 1, and the continuation of the exterior wall. But let's go and take a look at all of it. So we've been here last 4 days, I guess, with heavy graders, heavy equipment, and what I call the roller, the steamroller, if you will, to compact all the soil to the right height. Now, what we're standing on is our commercial section, which I'll tell you about at a later date. There's two different commercial zones, but from where I'm standing right here is the beginning of phase 1, and you'll see the excavator that's driving right now, that has been going through here all day today because we need to get it to a solid grade, and then heavy stone is going to be put in today or tomorrow. Then the rolly, as I call it, the roller, steamroller will come in and tamp it all down, and then a couple of days after that's done, the styrofoam forms for our pool will start to be inserted into this zone with rebar to form the foundation of the pool. Then we pour concrete, and then we put the caliche back around the pool, and then we come back to the foundations of the buildings themselves, the villas of phase 1, and start the vertical construction. Now, you weren't here over the weekend when we had heavy rains, and I've talked about this wall and the canal, but we're going to insert some video here of how well the canal is working. The canal is an engineered canal to divert water from the road and the project, and the water will go all the way around the project and into a natural drain, which is issued by the Minister of Environment. So let's walk down here and you can see more that we're doing. So this time last video, right where I'm standing, we had giant piles of caliche from the pool areas. They have now been smoothed out and tampered out for where the villas will be built in phase 1. This is our Go Dominican Life repair and maintenance vehicle, and for property management, etc. So with the wall, I've talked about the wall just as much as I've talked about caliche, but this wall was painstakingly done, rock by rock individually. Big rocks, big boulders coming in, and they jackhammer them across and make them insert them into a wall, engineered with the concrete base all the way down for stability. And you'll notice that there's white pipes all the way down. That will be literally where any water, any drain from the property itself can drain into through the wall into the canal on the other side. And you'll see lots of these all the way down. Now, just like any other construction in the world, we have a topographer who puts all of our points. Let me show you what I mean by a point. All of our points for the land corners and the road are now being inserted just like this. So these become, it's just like Google Earth. You can see the points of the lot, the points of the pool, all the 4 corners of the pool. All of that is then, oh look, here's the steamroller right now, as I mentioned. So as we continue to build up the road with all the caliche, remember the caliche was like this, Lucien. See it in the back? Where I'm pointing at right now is phase 2. So all that caliche will come out that goes on the 2 roads, and everything's brought up to its final elevation. Now we've started on the back wall, the second half of the back wall. Which is right here. Come on over here. And you'll see what I mean. These guys are the hardest working guys, but they take individual stones and fit them in like a jigsaw puzzle, one by one, in the wall, and make it go all the way down. We've already done the wall to the very far end over here, which we're going to see in a minute, but we're building this wall all the way down to act as our security wall. And then on the opposite side of this wall will be the canal. All right, let's see over here. So you can see how it turns around the wall, and then it starts to the north. So all of this caliche, or all this rock and dirt caliche, will all be level by the end of today or tomorrow, getting ready for the final installation part, which is the pools. Then let's go around the back wall. So here's some of our concrete mixers right here. Our topographer, as I mentioned earlier. And through here, that gives you a front example. The back, this is the north, this is facing north, but this is the back wall, and then the canal, and then the other person's property line. And you can see how the water will come in like this. And you see, Lucien, see how it comes like this? The wall comes like this. This will be the wall that we're building, and the canal is starting to form on the other side and will continue all the way through. The purpose of the canal is for both us and the community. It allows water to shed off the road, get into a proper drainage system that's been authorized by the Department of Environment, and then carry it all the way through. So the other thing I wanted to point out is this. It's hard to see it. I've said it every video, but I want to say it again. See this land here? See how it is in terms of height or length, height or strength? In this example, this is just regular mixed material, mixed dirt. With us here at Vibe, we dug down about 12 feet down, and then right to basically the hardest bedrock, or the point of that. Then we put in boulders. Then we put about 8 feet or 9 feet of caliche. I could be off by a half a foot on either way, but it's so deep, and you can see the height differential. It's the height differential between us and the other lots around us. We're what we call king of the castle, because I don't want to get wet. I'm going to live here. And we're taking care of the drainage, doing it the right way for the entire community and the others around us at the same time. Okay, so we work around the back end. So as you can see, the caliche is being moved from the back end of phase 2. That caliche was where the pools were in phase 2, and we're filling in the top grading level of the road in phase 1 and 2 by design. Now he's going to come this way. It's not a good thing if I get run over by the heavy equipment. I mean, not a good deal. Okay, so now we're at the back of phase 2. For all of our clients in phase 2, this is the beginning of the wall. So you can see here where all the water is right now. You can see where, let me get down there. You can stay here. Right here is where the wall is going to be. So this crib system, which is made of rebar, will be inserted here. The tarp goes on top, and then the concrete goes on top to form the foundation for the wall that we've seen on the other side. it will continue all the way through here, and then right where I'm standing now will eventually be pools for phase number 2. 12 villas in phase 1, 12 villas in phase 2. And as I mentioned, all the caliche that was here for the pools, which is right behind us now. Again, that caliche is being carried by this heavy equipment and placed on the road, phase 1 and phase 2, and graded and rolled. As I've said on multiple occasions over the last 12 months or 8 months, the hardest part of any project is making sure you have the correct infrastructure from day one. You can have a crappy infrastructure and put this much caliche and really nobody knows, because it's sort of like a sewer line. When you put a sewer line in and you put the dirt over in the grass, nobody looks at your sewer line until there's a problem. Infrastructure has to be done correctly, both for depths, testing of the depth and compactation, to make sure that the strength is there for generations, not just for like 4 years or 1 year and then we have a problem. Especially when it comes to shifting of any sort, none of us want that. So we're doing it to the extreme for our protection as a company and for your protection as a client. Okay, so let's walk back over here. So, lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff going on. But part of all of us here at Go Dominican Life is make sure that we deliver a good product at the right price, in the timing that makes sense for all, and that we have a good name and a foundation for the future for referrals, repeat clients, good resale value, etc. And it takes a lot of work to get to where we are. Now, let me give you another thing just to keep in mind. The strength of our company, Go Dominican Life, is based on the foundation of experience. I'm going to tell you this because who you're dealing with at our level, at our company, I'm just watching for the heavy equipment at the same time, is that, come over here, Lucien. Having built, organized, and ran personally 89 apartment complexes and job sites just like this, having a real estate team in Canada for 22 years with in excess of 40 people on the real estate team, buying hotels, renovating them, buying properties, renovating it, property management, etc. We're a company like this. We're a circle with all these professionals inside and outside around us to make sure we deliver a great product. There are many companies here in the Dominican Republic, Canada, the US, that are purely salespeople that really don't have a vested game. They don't have a vested interest other than their small risk on a monthly basis to run their organization. But you can see clearly from around me right now, we're in at a level that is far greater than many or most real estate companies here in the Dominican Republic. We have a total of 5 projects now in the works between our offices in Sosua, Cabarete, and here in Las Terrenas. We have a total of 3 projects that we're working on here in Las Terrenas, and 2 projects in Sosua, to give you an example. This is our active construction site. The other projects are in the process of being designed, promoted through pre-sale, etc. But the land acquisitions have already happened. So we're building an inventory for the future. We're both for our team, our in-house legal, our in-house architecture and design, in-house engineering, all of our marketing people, the sales people, the 15 or 20 people in property management. We're here to provide a full rounded service, so no matter what you need in the real estate business, we can provide it. So when you're choosing your partners to buy or sell in Dominican Republic, you got to make a decision for your best interest for the long term. And my suggestion is this: check the references of everybody. Make sure you understand how long they've been in business. Are they a legal resident of the Dominican Republic? how many years have they actually lived here? Do they live here or do they live somewhere else? These are the things that I always ask when I expand my business, expand with people around me. So we better get out of here, otherwise they're going to put the heavy equipment to us. So I'm Patrick Johnston, just an update from Vibe. You know what to do. If you have anything you want to speak to me about directly, my cell phone on WhatsApp, 829-525-1782. You can reach me Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays, you know where I am, at the beach. And as I always say, share, like, and subscribe. Please subscribe to get all the best content fast. And always let me know what I can help to do. Now, don't forget too, the final point. Life is better right here at the beach. Adios.